I'm from the Moya podcast. I'm a big fan of MK, but there are two things that are glaring for me. I see that MK has managed to capture the firebrands in men and the strong leaders and the ones we've seen grow along the years. But I don't see the strong women, the vocal women that we're used to seeing in the country. A lot of them should be here, and for me that's a red flag. And then the second red flag for me is, how is MK going to control the narrative of the MK being a family stokvel? I don't want to offend anybody, but that is the narrative that's out there. So how do you intend to not make it a personality count? Because as we can see with the EFF, it's a detrimental position to be to base the ideals of a whole organization on one person. Thank you.
Thank you. That's it.
Igama ngubalungile walomkhize ngiphuma eMaritzburg Power Podcast. Siyamukela Floyd. Umbuzo wami my question is one. Umsebenzi uyabonakala eThekwini in terms of removing foreign nationals to employment South Africans. That's currently happening at Teguini. How far are you taking this? Then what's the process afterwards?
Yes.
Jimela? No, I could hear everybody speaking with their vernacular. Jimela? Bikama MDN TV. My question, it's based on what criteria did MKP uses to select the leaders that you have just announced? And another question goes to, I don't want to say Floyd, but it's directly to Floyd and the leadership of MKP. Is it another way of dismantling EFF when you make Floyd the national chairperson? Thank you. National organizer, yes.
Good day. Hi, everybody. So my name is Natasha Craig from SABC News. In terms of the recent announcement of the High Command, Mr. Maseko did mention that it must be gender balanced. But unfortunately, I don't see any young people. I might be wrong, but will there be youth representation in the High Command? Correct me if I'm wrong, Mr. Maseko, but you also said that the officials, the top 8 officials won't be deployed to Parliament except in exceptional circumstances. So Mr. Nyeko Floyd Shibambo will be deployed to Parliament. Furthermore, in terms of those 18 parliamentarians that were expelled from Parliament, they claim that they weren't told about the expulsion, and furthermore they say that the expulsion was actually orchestrated to make way for the new MPs. How true is that? And then just my last question for former President Jacob Zuma. Mr. Jablan Kumalo has now opened a fraud case against you, alleging that you unlawfully removed him as a director of the APO. Just your reaction on that. Thank you.
Fifth one.
Good afternoon. My name is Sisanda Moleko from the Sunday Times. My question is, when the Leadership Collective was announced, there was a mention that wide consultations were done. Now, in the absence of elected structures, who exactly was consulted? And secondly, this one is for Mr. Shibambo. The last time we met, you announced your exit at the EFF headquarters, where you kindly asked us not to ask you about what led to this decision. Now that we are here at your new political home, please expand on what please explain to us what exactly attracted you to the MK party and how that process, what happened for you to find yourself here. Thank you very much.
Yeah, they say you can run, but you can't hide. I will leave SG, you lead us, and then amongst yourself, as a collective, we'll decide who will respond in which question. And we'll request that the entire leadership comes here so they don't move the mics. It's a bit of a logistical nightmare. So anyone who's going to answer from leadership will come here. And in some of the questions I bit specific who they want to answer. But the leadership will decide if they follow that line of questioning. Leadership?